Welcome to the Pocket. My name is Scooter, and here for you guys today, I got a Thanksgiving special where I will be giving you my money line, spread, over under picks for each of the three Thanksgiving games and the Black Friday game. Now, the Giants are playing on Thanksgiving, so this will substitute for my Giants preview, but I'm also getting the Thanksgiving content in there as well. And I'll have the rest of this week's money line picks out later on before Sunday. So starting things off, the first game of the day, we have the Bears at the Lions. Seen this game a lot of times on Thanksgiving, and the Lions are 10-point favorites naturally, and it has a 48.5 point total. So that gives you a Vegas projection of 24-14 Lions, something in that range. And let's take a look at this matchup here. We've got a team that can't win games no matter what they do or how hard they try. Every time that they score points, right, that they have a good offensive outing, their defense has a bad week. Every time that their defense has a good outing, their offense looks terrible. When they have the game locked up, uh, they give up a Hail Mary, and when they're in, game-winning field goal range, it gets blocked. So they just can't do anything right. They can't win and finish games. And they're going up against a team that just can't really lose games outside of that Buccaneers game, and they can't do anything wrong either. So I think a 10-point spread on paper is fair, but I do want to note that Amon-Ra St. Brown and David Montgomery are both questionable for this game. If they both miss, I might be a little bit reluctant to go with the take that I currently have. But I still think Detroit minus 10 is a good bet, and the Lions are going to rise to the occasion of Thanksgiving, and the Bears are just gonna collapse, right? I don't hate the Bears. I don't want this to happen to them, but it's just what I see, right? When you show what you have all season, where you just can't prove that you're a stable organization and you're a stable team, on a day like Thanksgiving against a team like the Lions, even a divisional opponent where you might be able to catch them off guard, I just don't see a win happening for the Bears or even them covering the spread. So my take for this game is going to be Lions win 27-16. So that's an 11-point difference. The Lions cover the 10-point spread, and that is also the over. Moving on to our next game. Now we have the Giants game. The Giants are playing at Dallas. The Cowboys are 3.5-point favorites, and there's a 38.5-point total. So that's a Vegas projection of Dallas winning 16-12 or 16-13, something in that range. I think that's a little low scoring, but you know what? This might be the worst Thanksgiving quarterback matchup I've ever seen. Cooper Rush versus either a questionable Tommy DeVito or a Drew Lock. I mean, I can't remember a matchup being much worse than that. No offense to both guys. It's just, like I said, you might get one bad quarterback in there, but having two, one on each team is just this is gonna be a really bad game. Everyone's saying they're gonna be sleeping right after dinner. They're not gonna be paying attention, and I don't blame them. But in this game, it's important to note that the Giants will be without Jermaine Illuminor and without Azeez Ojulari. So there goes our next best tackle. Looks like we're gonna have Evan Neal and Azudu, or Chris Hubbard out there at tackle, and this Giants team is just going to get rolled. I mean, the Cowboys still have a pulse, and they got Micah back, so the Giants are probably going to allow like 5 sacks in this game, and the defense is just going to give up. I don't see it playing much differently than that. The Giants and Cowboys, last time they played on Thanksgiving, it was more competitive. We had Daniel Jones. That was the year that we made the playoffs. We were kind of hanging around, but the Cowboys pretty much had a 2-score lead for the whole game, and Giants couldn't dig themselves out of that hole. So in this game, I will be taking the Cowboys to win 23-13. So that is a 36 point total. And I think I actually messed up the Vegas projection. It should be more than 16-12. Sorry about that, but because what my projection is it's going to be the under. Like I said, 36-point total, and then that is going to be Dallas handedly covering the spread. Probably the easiest bet that you can make this Thanksgiving is the Cowboys to cover the spread. Now there is a theory going around that after teams play the Buccaneers, like the Lions and the Eagles, that they pretty much haven't lost since that loss. So maybe the Giants can absorb some of that magic, but I highly doubt it. So we're going to move on to our next game. this is going to be the Thanksgiving night game, and it's Dolphins-Packers, another game I remember seeing a few years ago on Thanksgiving. The Packers are 3.5-point favorites, and there's a 46.5-point total. So that gives you a Vegas projection of 25-21 or 26-21, something in that range. So this really is a great matchup. I mean, these are two explosive offenses, right? Obviously, they got superstars all over the place. Tyreek, Waddle, Achane, Jonnu Smith is breaking out now for the Dolphins. Tua is back and healthy. For the Packers, Jordan Love, he's healthy and been so for a couple weeks. Jaden Reed, Christian Watson, Josh Jacobs, Tucker Kraft has had a pretty solid season. And of course, you've got two great offensive coordinators on both sides. So even though there's seems like on the surface there's a lot to dissect here, I'm going to keep this nice and simple for you guys. And I'm going to point out the fact that Miami might be the most atmosphere dependent team in the NFL. We know they play excellent at home. They play excellent in warm weather. And whenever they play in a cold game, their offense just shrivels out and they just can't get anything done. And this Dolphins team is traveling to the tundra of Green Bay to take on the Packers. So even though I would love to see this matchup in a neutral field, I just got to be objective and point that out. And so what I'm saying is that, yeah, I think the Packers are going to win, and I think they're going to cover the spread too. I think Miami might still be able to score some points, right? You know, maybe Waddle or Tyreek get a long touchdown. Achane makes a big play, Jonnu, like potentially, I think they're going to hang around, but I don't think it's going to be a consistent enough offense to keep up with the Packers offense. So my score prediction is 27-23 Packers. That's the over, and that's the Packers covering the spread. Like I said, I hate to boil it down to that, but sometimes you look at games in hindsight and you go, man, if I had just thought of that, I would have easily picked that team. And I just feel like this is one of those cases where if you're like, yeah, the Dolphins, the one of the worst teams to play in the cold for many years is going to Lambeau, and you're going to place any bets on them? No, I don't think so. So that's it for the Thanksgiving games. And we're going to finish it off with this amazing Black Friday game of the Raiders traveling to Kansas City to take on the defending Super Bowl champions, two-time Super Bowl champions. Twice in a row they've won it. And they're 12-point favorites, 42.5-point total. The Chiefs somehow, that's a 27-15 projection for the Chiefs to win, by the way. But somehow I just have this looming feeling that the Chiefs will find a way to just blow this spread, right? They should easily beat the Raiders by 12 points. But I feel like every single time that the Raiders play the Chiefs, especially with Antonio Pierce, they've come out fired up. In fact, the last time besides the Bills game that the Chiefs just dropped, besides that, the last game that they lost was to Aiden O'Connell and this Raiders team with Antonio Pierce as the head coach. Their offense looked terrible. The Raiders basically just held on to like a 20-0, then 27, 20-14 lead for the whole game, and then just squeaked that one out. So I don't think the Chiefs are going to lose. That like there's no way, but I could see potentially the Raiders covering the spread somehow. It would be by them holding the Chiefs' offense, but the Chiefs' offense looked great last week. I mean, yeah, they were playing the Panthers, but they looked great last week. On the flip side, though, the Chiefs' defense, which is supposed to be their strength, looked really bad last week. So kind of a confusing team to make sense of. But you know what? I think they're just hanging around in every game and then trying not to choke it away. And that's seemingly what they've done so far, with the exception of the Bills game. So I will take the Chiefs to win, and I will reluctantly take their spread of -12. And I'm going to predict the Chiefs win 27-14, just barely covering that spread by 1 point. Obviously, it's a 13-point difference right there. So that's going to be it. We covered 4 games in today's video. Like I said, I'll have the rest of my picks for this week out later on this week. Of course, I got Thanksgiving Eve tonight, and then we got Black Friday, or Thanksgiving, of course, and then Black Friday the next day. I'm going to see if I can get it recorded then and posted for you guys Friday night. If not, then Saturday. So thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and leave your thoughts in the comments. Do you think I got any of this wrong? Do you think maybe the Raiders will cover the spread, or I should be more worried about the Lions with Amon-Ra Montgomery questionable? Like I said, leave it in the comments if you disagree or you have any thoughts at all you want to share. And then if you aren't already, please subscribe. The channel's been growing and it's been really awesome. It's been making me feel really, really good inside and proud of what I'm doing and proud of what you guys have done to support it. So I want to thank you all once again for supporting, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.